All right, so one of my rules for picking good flexibility exercises is to ensure that you're making use of structure or some sort of equipment. So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through a very, I would say, a comprehensive selection of tools and structures you can use to aid your flexibility development. So the first thing, the most important thing is actually, well, this is a smartphone, but a stopwatch. So you want a timer so that you can actually time your rest periods and your sets, because one of the most important things is in another video explained, you can click the link right here, is how important rest periods are when you're training your flexibility. So have something to, a watch or something, keep track of time. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to a large toolkit. People have gym bags a lot of times, and when you think about a gym bag, you're equipping yourself with all these things: wrist straps, knee wraps, belts, dip belts, you name it, all sorts of things people use when they're strength training. But people usually don't think about equipping themselves when they're doing flexibility training, and I think they're missing out on a very important component, a psychological component, because humans are technological creatures, and we have a technological instinct. The more you invest in actually building a toolkit and making use of your resources in that respect, it sends a message to the brain like, this is important and I'm developing a mastery of the skill. So here's my travel kit for flexibility training. It's got quite a few implements in there. This is my flexibility training bag. Okay, so we start with something like these yoga toes. They actually just put them in between your toes, and they stretch the toes. Now that might sound absurd, but you can just wear them passively often, and that toe flexibility, like I wear them when I drive in the car, is going to do a lot for your foot health, and that's really important for like acrobatics training and even like proprioceptive, where you are in space in terms of like strength training stuff. So I can do some really weird stuff with squats, like Indian pause squats, or just like really close stance squats, and a lot of that's because my foot health, my ankle mobility, and my ankle coordination is really high. A tool like this can help develop that. Then anything like a band. All right, so this is a band. This is, I get this from Elite FTS. This is the light band, and then you can do like an upper body stretch like this. Boom, 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 boom. You can hang it from something. This is a rack, and I can just, do shoulder stretch. This simple band is one of the best flexibility tools that you can have for your upper body flexibility. So there's a lot of things you can do with it. You're creative. Now this is my workout area we're in right now, and other than a band, you have maybe like a PVC pipe or a stick. Again, something similar. You can use it to move around, even something like this. It's a great tool. The band is something similar, so something like that is good for upper body flexibility. So what else do we have in here? We have smaller sets of bands. I can do something with the ankles with that. This is a yoga strap. What something like this does is you will wrap like your leg, or you can use it the same way you use the band, and you can help pull. For example, for the quad stretch, you wrap it behind you. This beats the hell out of just using your hand and holding it. If you just kind of relax, and it's going to stretch the quad a lot. It's freaking awesome. Okay, so more things we got in here. These are hip circles from Slingshot. It's one of Mark Bell's products. You can use this for like monster walks or bird dogs, or making sure that your knees are tracking outward in the squat. Flexibility is also about coordination and strength, so developing correct movement patterns with a tool that aids like that is, has a lot of value to it. Other things we have in here, I have knee sleeves. For example, if you're stretching on harder floor, if you don't have a mat, you can wear like a knee sleeves or something. I think knee pads might be too much, but a sleeve might be just enough support for your knee so that you don't bang up your knee. That brings me to, let me put these back in this bag here. That brings me to a very important point. Not everything you use is like a tool, like these things. The Probably the best thing you can do for your splits, for example, the best tool for that is actually going to be a mat. So you have this mat here. I got this on Amazon for 37 bucks. It's Everlast. It's 6 foot long, 2 or 3 feet wide. Here's just a supplementary kneeling pad, and let's see what toes off. You do not want to be stretching on hard surfaces. If you're doing any stationary, static, passive stretch, there's no reason you should do this on hard floor. You need to do it on something soft. Okay, so these are very cheap methods. Do not use a yoga mat. I have some yoga mats, they're too thin. Okay, so make sure you're always practicing your splits on a softer surface. You have to do it. Don't practice your splits in shoes. Practice them on a soft surface that's easy on the knees. More reps, less stress, more results, because you can do more of it because you're not freaking worrying about your knees getting bruised up. Now let's cover some of these rest of these tools real quick. One of my favorite stretches is the thoracic extension. I cover that in another video. You do want a few different sizes. Larger PVC pipe is going to be more range of motion. Smaller one is more like a warm-up, so you do want a couple big ones. This is a rad roller. I got this from, well, I don't know what the company is. Rad roller, rad products, I don't know, but there's a notch right here for the spine. This is like a tactical PVC pipe roller. This is a stick that comes with it for like massaging, mobility work. One of the things about mobility you might want to, I mean, that's what all these balls are for too. You know, this is a peanut for the spine, and these other balls and stuff. You can do all sorts of like self-massage work. If you think about massage work, one of the secrets about thinking of it, how it relates to flexibility, is what's the difference between me like stretching a muscle like this, like putting a flexion here, and like pressing it. I mean, you're still moving the tissue, it's still having a lengthening response. So there's, you know, they're related in some way. One of the things, this is one of my secrets, one of my trade secrets. Actually, I started doing this not too long ago. It's really helped my upper back flexibility. Is I wrap my PVC pipe in aluminum foil. All right, you guys have probably never seen this before because I invented this shit. And you wrap it in aluminum foil, and I don't have any tape, but you know, I think I got enough there. What the aluminum foil does is the non-conductive properties of the foil help establish a synergistic network of small capillary pumping action, or like small blood vessels. See, it helps increase blood flow in the upper back. Increased blood flow is good, but if the blood isn't going in the right places, in the right direction, it doesn't do as much as if it's being directed. And the properties of the tinfoil against help establish that direction, like go here, this is where you want to go. So wrap your PVC pipe in tinfoil, aluminum foil, and yeah, just make sure you're not wearing a shirt when you do it, because if you're wearing a shirt, you're not getting the benefit of it being against your skin. And just do what you normally do. It's going to sound a little creaky, but you should stay in place as long as, you know. Oh, it's sticky. See, not too bad. It's actually pretty convenient. And so give that a shot. Actually, if you do that, you'll probably notice that you're going to need less reps and sets in order to get the flexibility work done. A couple other odds and ends around here. Voodoo floss, as you know, you can wrap something. It's going to have a global compression of the area, helps increase blood flow. It could be related to flexibility. This is a squat sponge. I did not actually buy this for squatting. I actually bought it so I could do this stretch. This is a great stretch for the splits and the hamstrings. So it's not on the floor so much, it's elevated, and having comfort on your heel helps a lot. So it's the same thing as having a mat over there. For the rest of my body, it's for the heel. So always trying to find a comfortable way in order to put the volume in you need. The barbell itself is actually one of the best flexibility developing exercises, because you can use a barbell to push yourself You know, I mean, I can squat like this. I ain't gonna be able to sit back unless I have a bar. Then it's actually pushing me in the right position. I mean, think about it. I can overhead squat. All right, and if you actually saw it from the side, I am not going to be able to get my arms back there unless I have a bar setting me in the correct position. So any sort of weighted implement is just a golden flexibility developer. Then you have things like, I don't know, this is a padded cylinder, use it as a pillow, I don't know, or something. Get creative. This is a hugger mugger cork board. You can use it to accentuate a stretch like this. So I have just increased the difficulty of that slightly. A pair of rings. A pair of rings is cheap. I've had these since 2010. Once you buy them, they're forever pretty much. Rings are the ultimate upper body developer. And then you have yoga blocks, so we're talking about structure now, any sort of environmental structure. When I look at this rack, I see flexibility development. So I can hang from this pull-up bar. I can set this bar here and I can use it as a cobra stretch like this. This is a really good stretch for your front squats and your pistol squats because thoracic extension is not enough sometimes for the upper back mobility you need for that. Whoop. I can look at a wall, I can see that. I can look at furniture, so this chair. All right, so in another video, I explained how chairs are essential for side split flexibility development. The chair can also be used for other things. So if I just want to warm up a little bit, just find ways to creatively, I think this is called a couch stretch, because people do it on the couch maybe. See, now I'm using the couch as a flexibility developer. How about that? Who said sitting on the couch all day can't make you flexible? Huh? Get creative. Start looking in things in your environment that can, maybe you can use as an aid to develop your flexibility if you need to adapt a certain position for your goal. So if my goal is higher kicks, I might be looking, hey, what can I hold on to that might help? If it's the splits, get a mat, or look at like some sort of rack or bar or something. Can I hold on to this? Walls, you can use a wall to help push against or set yourself against. So you need equipment and structure to help push the human body into positions it cannot achieve alone. And you need other things helping your flexibility to support you to make it more comfortable so you can put in more reps and more sets without worrying about like, ow, this shit hurts, So buy my ebook. There's an entire section on this and a lot more tips. You're gonna love the book. Buy it. And think about what you can put in your own flexibility toolkit to help you achieve your goals. Thank you for watching.